How's it going, guys? Sorry about the late video post. I was planning to upload a video on Friday this week, but due to how busy I've been with my job as of lately, I haven't had enough time to finish it until now. On Friday in the upcoming week, I'm gonna stream, so look forward to that. Let's talk about a PNGTuber. Specifically about a Femboy PNGTuber, one who has questionable history of flirting with a minor on his Discord server. Take a seat.
Ugh. I didn't mean to do that.
Ooh, it was right.
Yeah.
This was just one big mistake.
Yeah, I pretty much, yeah. I just like to have company with me. I'm like kind of a, how you say, I never really had friends when I was younger.
Right.
So I like to hang out with people, you know, you can get to know them a little bit. You know, that's about it. You know, I meet people from either 13, 17, 18, 30, even to their 40s, just to meet people and talk to them.
And how old are you?
I'm actually 20.
Are telling the truth.
This is honest to death.
So you're the first honest guy I've ever found.
This is the first
Coming
time.
to visit a 13-year-old boy.
This is the first time I met a young person that age. It's the first time ever in history. There's nothing sexual was going to happen anyway from the get-go.
Remember, he sent...
It's nothing really sexual or ordinary.
Do you live by yourself?
No, I live with my 3 dogs.
Well, we've been running an investigation
Okay.
called Hansen versus Predator.
Okay.
And I'm Chris Hansen.
Okay.
And you've walked into it.
Okay. Nothing sexual though. I'm not looking for that.
FBI, open up!
This video is not going to cover his Discord degeneracy, however. That's for a video in the future, potentially. More specifically, this video is going to be more about his dogshit arguments of him shilling for a AAA company/companies monetization methods. This isn't the first topic that he has spread misinformation like it's the fucking COVID virus. This is just one of the many topics he gets wrong, but for the sake of keeping this video short enough so it doesn't become too long, I will be focusing on this topic exclusively. Let's take a look at this first argument, shall we?
with cosmetic options. Like, holy shit, man. Is it really this hard to just play a fucking game rather than nitpick whatever bonus content is put into it, all because you don't like looking at it?
The concept of cosmetics of itself is fine, as long as it's not behind a paywall or bloats up the game. There are many other reasons for why purchasable cosmetics is bad and disliked, aside from how it looks. This practice is called microtransactions. Also, cosmetics in games often ends up increasing the game's size dramatically, so that if you were to install it, it would take you a while to install. In some cases, a game goes from double digits in gigabytes before microtransactions is introduced, to triple digits in gigabytes after microtransactions is introduced. When there are that many cosmetics that the game size gets drastically increased, it often ends up with performance issues that makes the framerate suffer greatly, most noticeably on lower spec computers. Don't even get me started on the heavy microtransactions that include elements of gambling through loot boxes and other loopholes to get around the gambling laws. So no, brother Nier, it's not a nitpick.
It is perplexing to me how many bugs happened after launch, like just before the holiday break, and they've persisted. I don't want to talk about that too much. I want to focus on cosmetics.
Oh, well, never mind then. So instead of talking about actual criticisms of the game, you're gonna focus on literal non-issues, like the cosmetics themselves.
Purchasable cosmetics can be an issue. Some cosmetics can make you harder to see, some can make you easier to see. It can add a subtle pay to win due to the visibility of the color it gives you. That, as well as how the game size can get gigantic when the developers milk it to no end, as well as performance issues.
I just don't know where to begin. $30 Metroid Dread Amiibo figures increase players' health and missiles. So going on from the other week, or whenever it was, probably even a month ago now, when they announced the Zelda Amiibo that allows you to fast travel for an extra $20, $25, quality of life improvement, they've done it with Metroid Dread.
Oh no, the horror! They added an option where you can get a little pick-me-up if you buy an Amiibo? Whatever shall we do? This is clearly a crime against humanity, everyone. We're dealing with an Avengers level threat. But jokes aside, I'm gonna have to remind you that Amiibos are entirely optional, and you do not need to purchase them if you don't want to play Metroid that way.
Ah, the classic
But it's optional.
argument. What's funny is that the game you're playing, called Killing Floor 2, had many people just like you who were using that same argument to attempt to justify developer greed from paid-to-win DLC weapons. Paid-to-win is not optional when you play to win. That Amiibo, in particular, is by definition paid-to-win.
This time $30. Each figure increases capacity permanently and also acts as a daily top-up. What are you doing, Nintendo? I'm sorry, but this is just as bad as the XP boosters that Ubisoft do in their games, or you getting COD or whatever, where they help you out. This is just as bad.
No, it isn't. Ubisoft and Activision's boosts give the player an advantage for an online game, while the Amiibo perks are for a game that is entirely single player. To stretch that into something comparable to that of Ubisoft games or Call of Duty is very moronic to say the least.
So fucking what if it's single player? Giving an advantage for single player is just as bad as doing it in multiplayer. Single player has competition too. For example, speedruns or just records in general. It's not a moronic comparison. It's only moronic to claim that it's less worse when done in single player. In conclusion, you're cringe and you have cringe opinions. Come up with better arguments next time. And for those who have watched to the very end, thanks for watching. I was originally gonna talk about YouTube's return dislike Chrome extension being blocked and how they're in the process of blocking the adblock Chrome extension on YouTube. Not to mention, one channel is abusing the copyright strikes on another channel. I decided I would talk about these three things in the next stream instead. I'll make sure to stream on Friday, like I mentioned at the beginning of my video. I have a climbing add-on that I'm gonna use for modded versus lobby to grief my team and the enemy team, so that's something to look out for. Until then, see you guys on May 19th stream. GG, ease.